yesterday I was browsing around on YouTube, as always, as we all are probably doing right now, and all of a sudden I get an ad, an unskippable ad too. So I'm forced to watch through it. It's rough, but it was for a movie that I had never heard of. It's called Violent Night.
Okay.
So I'm watching this, and at the very beginning, it says that it's from the guys that did Nobody and John Wick and stuff like that, and it definitely has that feel where it feels very like we're doing this again, but now it's Santa Claus. And I'm watching it, and I don't know why, but I just want to hate it because of this. Because I personally haven't had the chance to see Nobody yet myself, but I love the people behind it. What's the star of Nobody's name?
Bob Odenkirk.
Yeah, I love Odenkirk. And I'll get around to watching it, and of course I love the John Wick series, but the thing is I just kind of feel like this is all over the place now. We have all these lady John Wick movies too. I seen one on Netflix the other day with like an old lady that's like getting vengeance for her neighbor's abduction, and she's like a sleeper agent that's been woken, and it's like anyways, so I'm watching the trailer, and again, I want to hate it. And at some point through the trailer, there's like a series of like cheesy lines given by David Harbour, who I love,
Right.
Playing Santa Claus, which is great. That's
Right.
great casting, of course. And
Especially for violence.
he says stuff like, it's time. Guess it's time for some season's beatings. And I'm watching it when he said one before that. He was like, Santa Claus is coming to town.
Yeah.
And I remember when he said that one, I was like, that was stupid. And then he said the season's beating one, and I just couldn't help it, man. I just started laughing. And it was at that moment I realized, it's like, okay, this looks fun. This looks good. And it looks like I would totally go out and see it. It's going to be out, it looks like around Christmas. It's a Christmas movie. It looks like a blast. I mean, again, I really love David Harbour. So, and the casting looks good. It looks really well made, obviously. And it just looks funny. I loved some of the really John Wick looking scenes we got. He stabs a guy through the mouth with a candy cane that he sharpened and stuff like that. Stuff looks great. The humor looks great. The action looks great. We know the action will be great, and when you got the guys from John Wick and Nobody involved. But Trevor, you've had a chance just recently this morning to check out this Violent Night trailer starring David Harbour. Give us your thoughts, man. What did you think?
Okay, so I first glimpsed just a bit of it when I believe I was watching professional wrestling last night right before I passed out, and I glimpsed it. I was like, what's going on here? They got the picture-in-picture where the fight's going on in like the corner here, so I'm paying attention to this, but it showed up and I was like, okay, strange. And then Key showed it to me this morning, and I was kind of along the same lines. At first I was like, dude, like, I'm a big Christmas man. I love Christmas. I love everything about it. I don't know if I want my Christmas to get all violent on him here. And then he started saying a few of the lines. I was like, man, I love this dude. He's one of my. Every time I've ever seen him, he's made me laugh. He's starting to turn me. He's starting to. Okay, all right. It's not, because at some point it went from just being, like you said, like Santa Claus, John Wick with Santa Claus, to where it obviously has its own tone and its own vibe that it's going for, and it just looks batshit insane, and I'm fine with that. Honestly, I think it's kind of the perfect type of Christmas movie for our sort of like wild superhero type of generation. Like it's really all over the place, off the wall, but it's still. It still has that element at the middle where it's like Santa Claus is doing this to make sure this little kid has a great Christmas.
Right.
So it still has the heart and soul of Christmas. It's just like crazy,
Right.
Like,
right. For sure. Yeah, I really liked the cheesy punchlines. It really reminded me of, we often talk about in our friend group, the Mr. Freeze, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Mr. Freeze, you know, let's kick some ice. You know? Chill out. You know, it's cheesy, but it's so cheesy that it's almost, again, hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
like
time for
endearing.
some season's beatings, and you know, I mean, it really was good. I thought it was clever, and it looks great. You know, like I said, Christmas time is like we've been talking on the channel around here. It's like Halloween, but even more so. That it's a certain feeling, and people are gonna want to go out and see that movie. I bet that movie does well. Trevor, you think that movie does good at the box office?
I think so. I mean, I guess it a little depends. If the movie is as decent as it looks, then yeah.
Right.
Like but if it's terrible, like if it comes out and like people are like, dude, this is just so stupid, probably
Right.
not. But if it's even remotely good, I mean, people love an excuse to go to see a
But
Christmas
you'd
movie.
go see it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
at this
right.
point, definitely.
We would totally go see this.
Definitely.
I'm definitely going to go see this.
Exactly. I'd probably go to the AMC, get a couple drinks, maybe
Right.
have some eggnog before.
Kick some ice.
You know they're gonna have some seriously cool cocktails concocted for,
For
that
sure,
movie. Come
right?
on.
It's like a splash of blood, you know?
This is the blood of a villain. So there you go.
For sure. Well, yeah, that's the first thing we wanted to talk about. Guys, what about you? Have you guys had the chance to check out this Violent Night trailer with David Harbour, where Santa Claus is kicking ice and taking names? If so, let us know down in the comment section below. What did you guys think of it? Does it look like something you would want to go see in theaters? Are you excited David Harbour is doing more stuff? Because I sure am.
Man, me too.